camp. It showed me where I learned that neat, nifty little push thing I was doing, like in Star Wars. You know, it was like, but it censored like anything else. I couldn't see anything other than the action of like my own hand and raising something, which doesn't necessarily impress me there anyways in the astral plane, because it doesn't impress me. But I knew it was. They were being serious because I couldn't pull out and see anything. It was like, I literally got like a censored symbol on me, because I was like, dude, there's no way you're getting out of that. You're gonna see any more than what you've already been shown. And I was like, damn. Then it switched to that. And then it switched to all of these various forms of contact and crashes, and just a lot of appearances and stuff. It's like too many. There's no way I could even hope to remember them. As other than anything other than deja vu, maybe when I've seen pictures now, when I've seen video now, or maybe when some stuff happens, who knows? As well as kind of like the intention behind a lot of what seemed was going on, and what else? It was a lot of information, and it talked about like the abductions, quote unquote. You know, some were abductions, some weren't. Some were not necessarily done with horrible intentions in mind. You know, it sounds like there might have been some going on, but it was perfect. So, that's basically what the message was, and it was kind of like, and would you pull this trigger right now if you knew you could end us? Essentially, is what they're asking. I'm like, nah, man. It's like, well, I don't want to do that. It's a fun little dream, though. And so it switched. The scene switched, and it turned into what I call Happy Land, where everything is jolly and merry and happy land. Where you see, actually, what was kind of interesting about this Happy Land, though, was I noticed now in hindsight, the sun did the lighting did look different, because it was supposed to be a projection into what the possible future reality is. Kind of how I would describe this portion of the astral plane, if you will. And I was trying to show into the window into this possibility, and the lighting, I remember specifically, was different. And that became significant to me later. Then I was kind of like, oh, it just looks kind of like Dreamland. But there's more to it than that, than what they were showing me when I understood that. And but yeah, I'm like, okay, and I saw the extraterrestrials and humans just kind of going about their day, kind of like pretty much anything else would, and it was interesting. So I'm like, well, I can kind of stay here and explore this, but this isn't a reality I know, and I kind of know if I just hang out here, it's just like a really, really fun dream time with ETs. So I'm just gonna wake up. And what was interesting is because usually when I wake up, I can just bam, wake up. But this time I couldn't. I'm like, oh wow, I'm really deep. I'm deeper than I realized. Let me go ahead and pull out. So I pull out the way I came, through the void. And how do you do that? Close your eyes. I close my eyes. And so I'm in the void again, and I'm pulling out. But what was weird is I could feel my consciousness, the brain state of consciousness was weird, recognizing, waking, and coming back to me. And with my eyes closed, obviously, because I know I'm still asleep, I'm seeing light though. Not like the daylight shining through my lids, so I recognize that light very easily. It was specific, intentional, and it kept getting stronger as I could feel my consciousness coming back to this waking reality. And so I'm like, okay, well, don't worry, just kind of slowly open your eyes. And so I'm seeing this purplish kind of bar in front of me or something, haze. And I'm pulling open my eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, there's writing there. And it's blue and purple and a little bit of orange, and it's on my ceiling. It's like a third of my ceiling looking down at me. I'm looking up at it, and I'm like, that is there. My eyes are open. I'm even out of hypnagogic at this point, and I'm looking over. Yeah, I'm awake, and now it's fading, and then it's gone. And I'm like, okay. It's different. And so that got me thinking about, like, that was the first time a dream's ever kind of crossed over. So what is a dream? Holy shit. So that one really, really, really started the ball rolling in a lot of ways. And and actually just days after, I had this really neat look into space-time and met my future self, which I'll probably do a video on that soon. But yeah, that was the other one. And that was that one. Quick break. Okay, next experience here. This is a fun one, actually. I was dealing with some personal stuff in my day-to-day life using my dreams constantly. Cool things you can do with lucid dreaming. I remember I'm going through these different dimensions of reality, or space-time, time-space, whatever you want to call it. And I noticed that while I was doing this, I kept getting this little flash in my astral body's quote-unquote third eye. You know what I mean? Like of this gray, little gray alien, completely smooth, absolutely colorless, looking down at me, like through the void. And I'm like, why is a little gray in my third eye, in my astral body, looking at me? I does this like non sequitur. I'm supposed to be like this little point of consciousness running there. Interesting. I'm like, so I'm gonna keep doing my thing. Happened again. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, next time that happens, I'm gonna catch it. Look out. Like closing my eyes and looking at, going into the void. Closing my eyes and looking at. And so I'm running around through the neighborhood here, and it happened again. So I close my eyes, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, and it was weird because almost like kind of waking up in a sense where you're groggy, and coming out of like a fog or water or something in a sense. And I'm like, whoa! And I see this ET looking down at me through this bubble. And I can see where I'm at. I'm like, oh man, that's kind of interesting. And I'm like, hey, and I'm just like, I hope this isn't one of the asshole ones that like to probe you without asking. And I'm like, oh man, it's like if it is, I'll just have to mess them up or something. And this funny because these things like they make slight facial changes, but you really kind of have to sense their facial changes. It's kind of hard to explain, but he like smirked as much as he could at me. I thought it was kind of entertaining, and so I'm just like, all right, buddy, and took off. And so I went back and was just doing my thing again. I'm like, okay, well, apparently, if they can view dreams, I think I just caught him doing that. And well, I'm still asleep, so skeptics gonna say, oh, this guy just dreamed it up anyway. So I'm just like, whatever. So I kind of just mellow it out and go down and just keep doing it, gathering information around town. But what was interesting was that I was like running around this area or anywhere in the earth really, just because it's fun, running across the land, not really running on the ground. And so I'm doing that. I'm running through the canyons here, and all of a sudden, like you see, yeah, it was basically that ET. He was standing next to me. I'm running. I was running down the thing. I was like, "Whoa, this is cool." And I was like, "Holy shit, there's an ET." And he goes, he's kind of like, me pointing at me. He's just kind of like doing something. He's like, "Yeah, Jerry, don't kill me. What do you want?" And it's like, I know I'm very conscious that I'm dreaming. I know this is like completely, and I'm like, how? Like, I really don't want to ask him anything. I definitely don't want to kill him, so I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't want to kill you. And he's like, kind of know me or whatever. He's just like, yeah, what do you want? And I'm like, shit, he is doing something. I'm like, damn, think of something, dude. It's like, I'm just playing, right? So I'm thinking, I'm having fun. So I want to keep having fun. So I kind of just go like, play? And he kind of goes, kind of does this like smirk thing again, as much as they can. And then like I kind of hear this rumble, and look, so I'm still in this canyon, we're kind of floating there in a sense. And this like energetic white and green wave kind of comes up. I know